Hello and welcome to this short overview on the relationship between tourism and natural disasters. I will be talking to you from an emergency management perspective. Thank you and enjoy. In this slide, we're going to define tourism. Tourism can be seen as the actions of an individual or an industry geared towards this individual. According to Merriam-Webster, a person or the tourist is the action of someone who travels to a place for pleasure. Economy: the business of providing hotels, restaurants, entertainment, etc. for people who are traveling. Economy of tourism: it relies heavily on foreigners spending money at a certain location. Makes up most of the economy for many countries, for instance, the British Virgin Islands, Bahamas, Aruba, and sometimes, in creating a tourist destination, it is both an environmental and economic loss. The number one issue with tourism on the environment is land degradation. Land degradation is the deterioration in the quality of land, its topsoil, vegetation, and or water resources, caused usually by excessive or inappropriate exploitation. For example, Cancun, Mexico. Here we can see that development in the last 30 years has completely changed the landscape of once virgin beaches. As we can see in the top picture, there is a sand dune, which in the case of lessening the effects of a natural disaster, it prevents a storm surge from getting past a certain point, especially when a hurricane brings in naturally rising sea levels. What is a natural disaster? In a perspective of emergency management, natural disaster is an event created by nature that creates destruction of human life and or property. What does tourism have to do with natural disasters? Natural disasters can completely destroy a tourist destination. As we saw in the 2004 tsunami in the Indian Ocean, it wiped away many island chains that were prime tourist destinations. According to National Geographic, by the end of the day, there were more than 150,000 people dead. Almost half of these dead were tourists. Furthermore, there is a correlation between high tourism and magnification of a natural disaster. As we saw in the previous slide, this is due to land degradation. Land degradation, for the most part, removes once many natural barriers that lessen the intensity of storms. For example, when it comes to hurricanes or large tropical storms, sand dunes are natural storm surge barriers. What should tourist destinations do to be ready for a natural disaster? First of all, they should have an emergency operations plan, otherwise known as an EOP. Within this EOP, they should have the four basic pillars of all emergency management plans. 1. Mitigation. How they will reduce the risks or threats that would cause unnecessary loss of money, life, or amplification of a disaster. For instance, building structure codes, flood prevention, zoning laws. Number 2. Preparation. Making sure that all officials in the tourist district are knowledgeable on the EOP. Accumulating and having the appropriate resources at their disposal. For example, what shelters would they have to place all the tourists who can't leave the area? Storage of food, water, and tools to help them recover and respond to the future natural disaster. Response. They should be able to provide emergency assistance immediately. Assess the damage taken by the natural disaster and reduce the further loss of life and get a head start on recovery efforts. And last but not least, the recovery process. How this region will return tourist destination to pre-disaster levels. This may take weeks and up to years, depending on how well prepared the region and this industry are. I'd like to thank you all for watching my short video today. My name is Damien. I am a Florida State University senior, graduating in the fall. Study political science with a minor in psychology. Have a great day.